Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling as if it sapped all your energy, leaving you drained and exhausted? That might be an indication you were navigating the turbulent waters of the Karpman Drama Triangle. It's as dangerous to our feelings as the Bermuda Triangle is to ships. Hi, I'm Anastasia, a psychologist, coach, and the driving force behind eco-being training. Today, I will begin to explore the topic of sustainability communications. As I said earlier, communication plays a pivotal role when discussing climate change and environmental sustainability. These topics often evoke strong feelings, ranging from denial and apathy to anxiety. It's not just what we communicate, but equally, if not more importantly, how we do so. As a transactional analyst, I've always been intrigued by psychological games. Games we play when we interact with each other. Of course, the topic of sustainability is no exception, and it's full of games, which I will show with the example of the Karpman Drama Triangle. The Karpman Triangle offers a psychological and social model of human interaction. It was first described in 1968 in an article by American psychotherapist Stephen Karpman, a student of Eric Berne. Eric Berne, the founder of transactional analysis, encouraged Karpman to publish what Berne referred to as Karpman's Triangle, nowadays known as Karpman Drama Triangle. Berne foresaw the importance and potential impact of this model on understanding human interaction and communication. He told Karpman, "Write it up and people will be quoting you for 200 years.
But very quickly it got simplified as this triangle here, the drama triangle. Eric Berne named it Karpman's Triangle. In surgery, there's a place where you go in and do surgery for the appendix, which is called Hasselbalch's Triangle. So he named it Karpman's Triangle, and it caught on. The triangle was my baby.
Karpman Triangle, with its distinct roles as victim, rescuer, and persecutor, serves as an illustrative scenario for many of our communications, especially in relation to the current topic of climate change. Let's see how the Karpman Triangle works, and then I'll explain what was going on. So imagine our planet where world the stage, and all the men and women merely players, and one man in his time plays many parts. In our case, the roles are victim, rescuer, and persecutor. So the stage is set with actors in the spotlight, and we hear a pathetic voice. "What can I do? I can't change anything. I don't even have a recycling bin in the house." And then another voice, full of willingness to help. "Hold on, I'll get you a recycling bin. I can also help to sort your trash for recycling." An admonishing voice interrupts them. "You are destroying our planet. What are you leaving for your kids? Can't you even at least stop eating meat or driving a car? Guys, I figured it out. I'll give up toilet paper to keep the trees alive. We are saved." Of course, it's exaggerated in our stage, but I hope you get the basic idea. While these reactions are common, they are not conducive for healthy communication. Let me briefly introduce you to the Karpman Triangle role theory. The triangle identifies three roles that a person often moves between. A person assumes the role of the rescuer as a well-intentioned helper, believing he or she knows what is best for the other. In doing so, the rescuer ignores the other person's ability to handle the situation on their own. A person adopts the role of the persecutor when he or she tries to control the behavior of others, feeling that they are acting irresponsibly, disobeying rules, or not acting in accordance with their expectations. The persecutor is controlling, blaming, and is critical. Sometimes a person plays the role of the victim, doubting their own abilities and asking others for help, advice, and ultimately solutions, while trying to avoid responsibility, ignoring their own ability to solve the problem themselves. If we look at environmental sustainability communications, we can easily identify these roles. The victim might feel overwhelmed by the enormity of climate change and feel powerless to make a difference. The rescuer might jump into action, often without being asked, giving advice and trying to fix the situation for others. The persecutor is the one pointing fingers, shaming others for their environmental choices and behaviors. It's important to note that we are switching between roles. If the persecutor is blamed, he may go on the defensive or switch roles and become the victim. The victim may become the persecutor if not rescued. The rescuer often switches roles after the saving as well. Maybe you've heard from your relatives or friends something like, "I was so worried about you, now I'm so tired, I can barely stand, my head hurts, my sleep is disturbed forever," and so on and so on. It's a typical transition from rescuer to persecutor. So first he helps you and then he blames you. Let's figure out how to realize you're in the Karpman Triangle and how to get out of it. Being in the triangle can feel like you're stuck in the repetitive loop, with the same arguments and feelings of frustration arising. If you find yourself continuously shifting from feeling attacked to trying to save someone to feeling helpless, it's likely you're caught in the drama triangle. As I said at the beginning, if you feel exhausted after communication, that's one of the signs that you were a participant in a game. Maybe you've been the rescuer and tried to help someone who doesn't want it. Maybe you've been the victim and experienced guilt and made excuses. Or maybe you walked white. Maybe it's exactly you who knows everything yourself and shames others in the role of the persecutor. Think about what your favorite role is, because awareness is the first step to break free. Recognize which role you're adopting and reflect on why. I'll give you some recommendations how to escape from the triangle. So if you want to find an exit from the rescuer role, try to adopt a coaching position. Transition from offering solutions to asking empowering questions that facilitate others in finding their own answers. It's better to encourage autonomy and problem solving rather than fostering dependency. Set your boundaries. Establish clear boundaries so that you don't overextend yourself, ensuring balanced participation in other people's problems. If you are exiting from the persecutor role, first of all, practice assertiveness. Communicate your needs, wants, and boundaries respectfully, without blaming or criticizing others. Replace judgments with constructive feedback that encourages growth and improvement. And let others have their own opinion. Even if people don't act according to your expectations and perceptions, it doesn't mean they're wrong. How to exit from the victim role. Try to embrace a creator mindset. Transition from feeling powerless to adopting a creator mindset, taking responsibility for your life and challenges. When you seek support, try to do it constructively. Ask for support in a way that promotes empowerment rather than fostering dependency. And the most important, find your inner supports. Work with a coach or psychotherapist to understand the deeper needs that lie behind your roles. It will help you to find internal supports and stop looking for external solutions. Moving beyond the drama triangle in climate discourse replaces blame and prescription with an authentic dialogue, inspiring individuals to take informed, proactive steps. This shift from inducing guilt to building a community of concerned, informed people is necessary for collective action to achieve a sustainable future. In conclusion, remember to be kind and gentle with each other. Climate change affects us all. Understanding and collaboration are key. If you ever feel overwhelmed or need to discuss your feelings and concerns, please reach out and join my groups. Together we can navigate this journey and make meaningful progress, especially if you start doing something. Take care and see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Mm-hmm.